Soda Pop podcast. As always, Soda stands for School of the Arts, and Pop, it just sounds nice next to it. I'm your host, Dottie Tanner.
And I'm Brandon Underwood. And today we have the privilege of interviewing the host of the Transition Period podcast and many more things, our good friend.
Hi. Hi, divas. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlethems, and people of all ages. It is I. Just call me Shea Fuqua, all my friends do. And welcome back to another episode of, drum roll, please, the Soda Pop podcast. Yay.
Wow. It's a beautiful moment.
Great audience
I'm
today.
self-directing this.
I love it.
That's awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about the Transition Period podcast for anyone who might not know? I mean, what's generally like the topics you discuss? What's the themes? What is the Transition Period about?
Okay. Well, I basically kind of like spawned the Transition Period during COVID. I posted like the first episode of the Transition Period, I believe, like back in like it was like New Year's Day, I believe, of 2021. Because 2020 was just like awful for like everyone.
Absolutely.
And for me, not to like start it off on like a somber note, but like I was like at like such an emotional, physical, and mental low during 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like most people were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so like I kind of felt like the need to like bring something like fresh, something new, something exciting. And I did a podcast in my first round of undergrad with a couple of past people that I knew. And I really enjoyed it during that time. And I was like, well, you know what? I can do bad all by myself. Mm-hmm. So like I just started it. And basically the basis of like the Transition Period is platforming and having a platform of a Black, queer, trans voice to speak about multiple topics. Like I just talk about like pop culture stuff and like things that I find interesting, things that I deal with throughout my day, throughout my week, celebrities, politics, whatever the case may be, mental health things. Mm-hmm. It's solely meant to be satirical. Like the basis for like my humor, and y'all know this, but like some people might not, is like the basis of my humor is that like everything that comes to my mouth almost is so unserious. Like I'm like so stupid and like dumb and like try my best to like make a joke and be funny all the time.
Right. Yeah.
And that's really what the Transition Period is to its core. It's like lighthearted. It is explicit. So I say a lot of things that I can't say here.
So
fair warning.
All of our 7-year-old audience members might not be for you.
Our
Dora and Diego and Michael and Miguel.
But when you turn 8, the Transition Period podcast, how are you going from that to now your music recital that you're going to be doing in November, correct?
Yes, indeed. November 6th at 7:30 p.m.
Go check it out.
Be there.
Truly. Like, be there or you're transphobic for real.
Oh,
like,
yep.
I'll say
Heard to hear first on the Soda Pop podcast.
So maybe there's going to be nobody there. Sorry, I didn't mean to clap in the mic.
No, you're all good.
Baby, what was your question?
No, it was, what was my question? No, it was, how's it going from the podcast to your music recital? Because you're calling it the same thing. It's the same title, the Transition Period.
Indeed. I think for me, it's like I have shared, like the Transition Period truly in my real life has become like a transition period of my life. Like it's kind of like throughout the course of the podcast, I started it as like a young, kind of unsure of myself, queer person. And like through the process of doing the podcast and just like growing up over the past 5 years, I've become Shea. I've become who I am now. And through listening to all the episodes of my podcast, you can see like my mindset start to change, like my voice start to change, like my outlook on life, honestly, start to change. Yeah. Because like when I started the podcast, I started in such like a low place in my life, and like now I'm in like a really good spot in my life, honestly.
Yeah.
So like how it translates to like a recital setting, is like I kind of just started thinking about it as like, what if I just retell this recital through song as like a life story? So the way I have like my recital structured right now, it's broken up into 4 sets. And the very first set is like a masculinity set. So like it's very the retelling of like traditionally like masculine typed art songs and like musical theater pieces. And then the second set I have labeled as like my dead name set, which It sounds kind of crazy on paper, but like in the grand schemes of things, it's kind of like the retelling of like who I used to be and how I grew as that person, navigated as that person, the highs, the lows of that person to become who I am now.
Yeah.
So we have that set, and then we have my third set, which is the femininity set, which is like traditionally like female presenting songs, like songs about feeling pretty and beautiful and all these things.
Yeah. Right.
And then my final set is the Shea set, which is like the culmination of like all of those sets together to like kind of make who I am now.
The Shea set.
Indeed.
Oh, indeed.
And I think like when I first crafted the idea of it, because I knew that I wanted my recital to be something very intentional and very personal. And I think something that like my podcast also like is just very personal and like it's stupid and dumb and like it's a bunch of sound effects and stuff, but like in the grand
that's all
things,
we are here too.
Yeah. We're one of a kind.
Yeah.
But like it's like all those things, but it's also so personal and like it's so like it's my product, you know.
Yeah.
Like I don't run it with anybody else. I edit it myself. I do everything with it with myself, and it's like not necessarily for like kind of like what you were talking about on a prior episode about like creating art for yourself in a way, but like not, you know what I mean? Like kind of in that same vein. It's like I created it for myself just to have fun, but like the response to it has just been so positive over the years.
Right.
And things of that nature. So like the way I kind of translate it to a recital setting is just kind of like utilizing all the things that create who I am, like the stupidity, the dumb things, the beauty, like the ugly parts, the beautiful parts, all of that culminating into
everything.
like one musical hour-long piece. And I'm really excited about it. It's going to be very visceral and vulnerable, but also like I want people to take away like that it can be fun and and like they can take away like I don't know. I just want people to come see the recital and truly feel seen through the work that I'm presenting. Like find pieces of themselves in the pieces that I'm performing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's awesome. So how did you, what was the like selection process like whenever you were going through? Was it a bunch of songs that you've like, you said it was like theater songs and stuff. So was it a bunch of songs that you've like performed prior? Was it a bunch of songs that you just like have a love for? What made those songs feel like these songs for this event?
Yeah. Well, excuse me. Can I take a sip?
Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead.
take a sip,
I'm going to take a sip too.
girl.
We'll have a little laugh break. Oh.
Okay. Brandon, you know what these buttons do. There it is.
Tasty.
Delicious.
So to answer your question, as far as like the song selection goes, I've just picked a lot of stuff that spoke to me.
Yeah.
I like pillaged through a bunch of art song books, a bunch of like Ravel, a bunch of like Schubert pieces, a bunch of German pieces, a bunch of Lieder and stuff like that. And like
Shout out Schubert.
Shout out Schubert. And like I just kind of like looked at these like passages of poetry and just found things that I connected with. And also like for my musical theater pieces, I just picked things that like were quintessential to like the progression of who I am.
Yeah.
Like the first, to reveal a little bit, the very first song that I'm starting with is Make Them Hear You from Ragtime. And funny enough, that piece was a song that I performed when I was in high school.
Oh wow.
For like Trumbauer, like that's been like one of those
Yeah.
festivals.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny how full circle it is because it's like I'm not that person anymore. Like I would never bring that song into an audition because it's like very like you know, macho manly man, and I'm very not that. But like I think for the context of like the recital, it fits like the story that I'm trying to tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as far as like picking song selections, I really just like sat down with poetry, sat down with pieces, listened to a lot of things on YouTube, and just found things melodically that truly make sense to me and resonate with me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So also something that I just want to like I'm curious about. So obviously like you're a vocal performance major, and so you have sort of like this through line in your life of singing. What was it like to like as you were going through transition? What was it like to navigate like singing as a different person? What was that like?
Oh, gosh, that's a good question. I think like my basis has just changed for the art that I want to tell through the progression of who I realize I am. That's a really wordy way of saying that. But like when I was younger, like when I was in high school or like when my first ran undergrad, I saw myself like playing like Cole House Walker on Broadway one day.
Right.
Or like playing like a Jamie Wellenstein or like those traditionally tenor like voiced roles and things of that nature. And like as I've grown up, like I started to kind of like feeling like this isn't really not me. Like this is not really resonating with me on an artistic level. But like even beyond that, like it was like the confines of having to fit into this masculine mold on stage really just didn't make sense to me. And I think that's when I started like exploring being non-binary and like truly like understanding what that is in my body and my voice. And I think I have a little bit easier because I am a tenor, so like I can kind of vocally get away with it. But I mean, like, hey, I mean, like, bass singers can do like femme presenting stuff. Like literally that's the thing with my art. Like I really want to showcase that literally no one is stopping you from doing anything you want to do and the way that you want to do it and the way that you want to present it. So what was your question?
It was just basically just what was it like to start singing as Shea instead of as the person you were before? Like what was that like?
It was very healing.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to say it. It was very healing because I kind of, in a way, I had my junior recital around November of last year, and it was called Authenticity. And like it was really true to me at that time in that period of my life. And I picked pieces that like were really quintessentially me at that time and like really spoke to me on that level. But I kind of felt like to an extent I still had to perform a sense of like masculinity for like the masses. I still had to perform a sense of like, this is what people expect me as this person to act like and be like. And I remember there was a period like right after that there was a period like right after that, that recital where like I kind of just got like I don't want this to be like so sad, but I'm just gonna be honest and real. I got like really depressed. Like I kind of like felt really out of my own body and out of my own skin. And I think that was the very first time where I was fully faced with like who I truly am, because I think I've always known that I was trans. I've always known that I was trans. I've known it for so long, but like I think that like in my mind it was like, okay, well when I graduate from UNA I can finally express this, and I think the more that you hinder yourself from being truly who you are, the less you're going to progress and truly grow to love who you really are. You know, like the more that you continue to run through your truth, from your truth, the harder it's going to be on you. And like it just got to a point where it was like, okay, I'm happy, I'm glad that I did this recital, and I'm proud of like I directed my first show last year. Like my girlfriend was really successful and all these things, and I kind of got to a space where like I'm not comfortable and happy in my skin, and I really need to understand why that is. So when I finally started to transition and understand who I was, I think that's where like a lot more of like the joy started to come in, like a lot more of like the fun started to come in. And I realized that like not only can I be this person and present as this person and truly love and walk through my life as Shea, but I can also bring Shea into every other aspect of what I'm already doing in love, you know? And I think that's like, I think this recital overall is truly what that is. It's like a love letter to who I used to be, but like a celebration of who I am now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. And I think, you know, Dottie and I both know you from college, and, you know, you working in the theater department or whatever, and us seeing you in shows and stuff like that. But I mean, even on like a personal level, it's been amazing to see, you know, like how happy you've become like since like your transition or whatever. And how do you think like, I guess college has played a role in that? Like being in college, whether positively or negatively, how has it, I guess, affected, you know, not only your voice and your singing, but also and your art, but like, you know, who you are as well?
I think outside looking in, I've always kind of seemed like the kind of, I don't like to think of myself this way, but I can think I'm kind of like a spokesperson for transness and transhood, and like just like for like being yourself, I guess. So like I think that when I first started transitioning, I kind of felt like this pressure to be more of like a big advocate for that. And I naturally kind of am. Like I'm very pro, hey, just be yourself as long as you're not like a horrible person, you know?
Right.
And I think through progressing here during my time at UNA, it has had its highs and it's had its lows. Like we, how honest can I be?
Yeah, no. You can be as real as you want to be.
Okay, very good. With the whole Mitchell West Center thing that happened earlier, like the school year and everything like that, that was really hard for me to digest, because I don't need necessarily the services and like the help and the things that necessarily that the Mitchell West Center offered, like the Inclusion Center offered, because I kind of feel like I've galvanized and I've, you know, I wake up and I pour armor oil on myself. Like I'm a very sure of self person, and I'm I'm very resilient, and like I And honestly, estrogen helps a lot. Like my mental health, baby.
Shout out estrogen.
Shout out estrogen. That little blue pill under the tongue, baby. But like,
oh, wrong one.
But yeah, like I feel good. Like but I understand people who are finding their way and understanding who they are, not feeling great.
Yeah.
And to not have those spaces is very problematic to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
then taking away with like not saying anything as well.
With not saying
that
anything.
was the big, that nobody said anything.
No
that
one
was,
said anything.
Yeah.
And excuse me, even now it's like nothing's really been addressed or said
Right.
or anything like that. But you know, it's unfortunate. But I think because I only have like a year left here. Like I only have a year left at my time at UNA, and like UNA has granted me a lot of friends, and I've met a lot of like-minded queer people, like a lot of like-minded trans people, even people that are not like me. Like y'all are presumably both like cis heterosexual people.
Anybody want to come out on the podcast?
Not to out y'all on the podcast, sorry.
Yeah.
They're queer, y'all. Anyway, but anyway, like you know, I've met a wide array of people, and I've gotten to work and collaborate with a lot of people, and just befriend a lot of people, and like we're embarking on like a film journey within a couple of weeks together.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like we've worked together, we've seen each other perform, we've seen each other at our lowest, but we've also only championed our best. You know
absolutely.
what I mean? And I've been very at peace with like the community that I've made, and I am really hoping that other people that come after me that are like me but don't know it yet can also have these spaces and find these people. So like I won't say that like UNA, my time at UNA has been like the most incredibly like, yeah, you're trans, we love you,
Sure.
kind of thing, you know what I mean? But like it's also
Brandon.
Okay, so that was UNA. That was UNA cheering on trans people.
yeah.
Thank you, President Kitts. We love you.
Or estrogen, yeah. But like I think the main thing that has helped me the most at UNA is finding my community, finding my home, finding my chosen family, and that has truly carried me over. And I want nothing more than anyone, whether they're straight, gay, bi, tri, whatever the case may be, on the flip of the coin. If you like pina coladas in the pouring rain, you know, I don't know.
That's a song, right?
It is.
If you like pina coladas,
That's Escape.
That's
getting caught in the rain. That's
and
what
getting
it is.
caught in the rain.
Was that a sample from the recital?
If you're not into
Yeah.
yoga and you
If
have
you
half
like
a brain.
making love at midnight.
All right.
But like, yeah, I think overall, I just really hope that everyone else ends up finding their community, even if there's not spaces for us. Because the thing with the Mitchell West Center, it's very discouraging.
Yeah.
And like, it's not necessarily who we are that necessarily makes us need to have those spaces for ourselves. But like, it's like, well, let me rephrase that. Sorry.
You're good.
With the Mitchell West Center thing, like, it's like, it is upsetting that happened, and that there's been like kind of like no kind of clearance about it, no kind of word about it, and things of that nature. But like, I think how we walk through our lives and the things that are like hurled at us as far as bigotry and stuff like that, it's not why we need spaces for ourselves. Our own self and our own like sense of self and who we are is this reason why we need to create more spaces for ourselves. So like, even though that space doesn't exist, I hope that more people that come after me and their intersectionalities are able to find those communities and foster those spaces for each other.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
If that makes sense.
It does.
Okay.
What's something people might not realize about having a recital or being a music student? Because I think like on the outside, you know, it's very much one of those art things like with theater that people were like, oh, they're not going to get any jobs doing this kind of thing. And they don't realize the amount of work I think that goes into being a performer, singing. What could you talk a little bit about that from your perspective?
Yeah, well, it is definitely not easy. Anyway. Woo! Yay, estrogen! It is definitely not easy. It is definitely not the easiest thing in the world. I remember it's much easier for me now. I will say, structuring recitals since I've done it before,
right? And
I'm just tacking on an extra 30 minutes, especially because it's like all pieces that I picked that like speak to me. Right. It's gotten easier, but like I remember when I first did my junior recital, I was like, "Girl, what is going on?" Like, Dr. Went can attest to it. Like, I would show it to lessons sometimes, and we'd be going over my French pieces, and I would just be there like, Like I'd be mad, girl. Like I'd be upset and like just pissed off because like we all seek into the desire to do well.
Sure.
But we also need to understand as artists that everything we do is a process. So it definitely is a process, but I think that it's also so incredibly rewarding.
Yeah.
Because I think that solo art in itself is self-galvanizing. Like it's self-refreshing and like, you know, it's self-celebratory to an extent.
Yeah.
But like also like having the ability to share. Like it's like preparing like 3 or 4 months of work that is so personal and speaks to you as an artist and what you want to showcase and presenting it to your friends and family. Like that's so like visceral and that's so like it's so necessary.
For sure.
So it's definitely really rewarding, but it is a lot of work. It's a lot of speaking in different languages. If you're an instrumentalist, it's a lot of playing like hard chromatic scales or whatever instrumentalists do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Whatever they do be doing.
Oh, period.
And that's going to be in the recital.
You know, all that stuff. I be hearing some stuff in the practice room. I be hearing some things in the practice room. Girl, them clarinets. Listen. Anyway. But yeah, it's definitely very rewarding, but it is a lot of hard work, as everything is. Like, in the same vein as what y'all do. Like, it's like, I'm sure, you know, figuring out how to create a wide shot with a DSLR.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very hard.
Yeah,
See, I be knowing some things, baby.
Yeah.
Baby, I know about them Canon cameras. But
Period.
yeah, but essentially, I guess that's the answer. Is that it's a hard work, but it's also very rewarding.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, like with music and even theater, there's a lot of the expectation is obviously eventually you're going to perform it for other people. So how do you, whenever you're going through like practice and stuff like that, how do you keep it for yourself? Like, how do you keep that as something that is you're doing it for yourself, for your art form, and not just for the purpose of like doing a good job for X, Y, and Z that are going to be in the audience, or like making sure that you don't embarrass yourself? Like, how do you keep it as like an art form that speaks to you and is true to you?
Well, I guess overall, just like performing and like singing and theater and things like that honestly has saved my life in so many ways. Like I think that a light bulb kind of has, I'm sure y'all had that experience as well.
Yeah.
When y'all were figuring out what you want to do with your lives or whatever. But like, I think that performing in theater and things of that nature is just so viscerally personal. And like, it's very, very, it's what I want to, it's my bread and butter. Like, it's like, it's what I want to do. It's what I want to dedicate the rest of my life to, hopefully, you know what I mean? Like it means a lot to me. So like, I think when crafting pieces to perform, when going into an audition and performing something, whenever, I always try my best to understand and have a sense of gratitude with everything that I do. Like I always try my best to like have like a space and create a space for myself where it's like, this is so cool that I can put on this like really pretty outfit or whatever the case may be. Yeah. And like stand in front of people, whether they're casting directors or whether it's just my friends for like a studio class or whether it's like a recital setting departmental or whatever the case may be, and just share like a little bit of like something that means a lot to me. Something that I poured my work into. You know what I mean? Like that's so incredible to me. But like to an extent of like keeping more of it for myself, I think I never try my best to do anything that pleases someone else. Yeah. I always try to pour into something, to an extent, pour into it something that means something to me. Like I'm never going to get up and sing something or present something or do a monologue to please someone else. And I think a lot of issues, there's a lot of issues like in the realms of like auditioning and stuff. Like we all feel the need to like present so hopefully they'll like you, right? Or like present this song in a departmental so hopefully someone will be impressed by you, or to impress your voice teacher and impress your friends or whatever the case may be. But like at the end of the day, you really just gotta impress yourself. Yeah, like you really gotta like show up for yourself, because something my grandmother always told me, may she rest in peace, Grandma Reagan, she always told me, if you're not gonna hold your own, who's gonna hold it for you? You know what I mean? And that's something that's really carried me out through like the course of my life so far, is that like I have to show up for myself ultimately, because no one else is going to do it for me. And I think that just needs to be a precedent for most people. It's like, if you're going to go into an audition for like whatever show, whatever musical, whatever the case may be, pick stuff that speaks to you, that you love, that you want to present, that you find fun, that you find enjoyable, that you find endearing, whatever the case may be. Because if it speaks to you and you present it, it's going to read that way to somebody else. Right, that's what I was going to say. Also, that person's perception shouldn't withhold the art that you want to create and make. You know what I mean? So that's my
And I really relate to the gratitude thing that you were saying, because I think there is some times where you get so bogged down in like the technical parts of it, or like, okay, I need to have this done by a certain time, and like this is how I need to sound, or this is what it needs to look like, or whatever. And then you forget like, oh, like I'm choosing to do this. Like, you know, if you love what you do, you're never working a day in your life. Like that kind of mindset of just like, you know, I'm happy to be here making my thing, whatever it is. And so it's interesting to hear from like a different perspective in the arts of like what that looks like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And I really, I agree with what you were saying about like, if you go into an audition and you have something that speaks to you, that will read. You've been on the other side you've been on both sides of auditions before, because you've directed shows and you've been in shows. And so I feel like that gives you like even more of a space to speak for that, like to be able to say like, no, whenever you come in and you're performing something that you think I'm going to like, but you don't like it, I can tell.
You absolutely
like it's there's a huge difference, because
Absolutely.
I've gone through the audition process with the kids that I work with at Deschler, and you can tell the difference between the kid who's singing the song because they think it's going to get them the part, and the kid who's singing the song because it's their favorite song.
And that always speaks so much more to me. Like even like last year when I was doing my junior recital, like there are some songs on that recital that I was like, girl, I don't really care about this. I'm just doing this for the requirement.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, especially the foreign language pieces.
We'll see. Marty will be editing this one. Shout out our new editor.
Shout out to Marty.
Marty's editing this one?
Is she not?
I don't know.
Probably.
Okay.
Baby, I'm editing this one. I'm taking
period.
over. Listen, this is actually their last episode.
Oh.
Like I'm taking over. Like, here's the thing.
They already lost Trevor and Grayson this year.
Who? I'm just kidding, Trevor and Grayson. I love you both. I hope you're both doing well.
They're gone.
The last time I heard from Trevor was like doing something like Glorilla or something.
Glorilla.
Yes.
Glorilla.
I need some art.
Glorilla.
Yeah, and now he's working with
I'm from Memphis. Now that's a Southern artist I want on the Soda Pop podcast. If we could have
listen, y'all
Glorilla.
we could get like they need to get Glorilla for a spring concert.
They need to.
That can easily happen. First of all, take some of that money away from that stadium.
Oh.
And that ugly shade of yellow.
Oh.
These are my words now.
Oh.
Take some of that money away, pour it into Sexy Red.
Oh.
Pour
Yes.
it into Glorilla. Who else?
Not Waka Flocka. We had
Not Waka Flocka. Girl.
Yeah. No.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Waka Flocka. We do need a female rapper though.
Female rapper.
Female rapper. I'm very much in support of that.
Dottie's a big Young Boy fan.
I believe it. I can see it.
Period.
Yeah. That's beautiful. So now that you're speaking of music, and your major, is it some people I think go to art school, or people have the perception about people who go to art school that like they're picking something, like they're just doing it to do it. Is music a lifelong pursuit for you, or do you see like, you know, maybe going into a different part of music, or like what is that looking like, the future looking like past the recital?
Yeah. Past the recital. Well, I have one more semester left because, you know, them even in odd classes, they always get you. Real apartments.
Real.
Anyway, so like after this year, the way I hopefully foresee things going after I graduate is like a big part of my vision board right now. And like, I'm open to whatever happens, whatever the case may be. You know, we never know what's going to happen in life. Girl, there could be another pandemic. Dun, dun, dun.
I rebuke that.
I rebuke that too, baby.
Girl. There it is. That's the thumbnail.
Girl, yes. That's the, anyway. But like, girl, what was I saying?
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. But after graduation, it's been a really big dream of mine to hopefully book a national tour.
Yeah.
I would like, and I had a very visceral, and I hope that nothing I'm saying, I know y'all think this, but like, here's the thing. I need people to exist more in a space of when you love yourself and like when you truly believe in yourself, it's not arrogance, it's self-assurance.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I'm just self-assured in myself and my abilities. So I'm just talking my stuff.
Yeah.
Because I can't curse. Anyway.
Supporting myself.
But like, yeah, I've always wanted to like book a national tour.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that. Like I have had like several friends that have gone on and like booked like Hairspray in Chicago and like Anastasia and other things. And like I it's kind of like have you seen that meme of like Squidward in his house and he's watching SpongeBob and Patrick like have fun outside?
Yes, yes.
Like that's how it kind of feels to an extent. Like I don't compare myself to people, but it's also like I want that contract so bad.
Yeah.
You know? And so like I really just plan on like hitting the pavement and just like auditioning and auditioning and auditioning and auditioning and auditioning.
Absolutely.
Probably hearing a bunch of no's, but like hopefully that one yes comes along, you know?
Yeah.
Beyond that, as far as music goes, even though I'm a music major, I love music and I love singing and I love that I understand so much about music now. I'm in form and analysis right now with Dr. Smith. And let me just say, I absolutely know what's going on. Like I
absolutely
listen, counterpoint, baby. Species 1, 2, and 3. Girl. Anyway.
Period.
To the two people that understand what that is.
Yeah. Listen, we're not those two people. I'm just nodding my head at this point. Man.
But like music, I see myself hopefully teaching voice at some point in my life, but primarily like on a teaching level, I see myself being like a head of a musical theater department somewhere.
Awesome.
Like I see myself like guiding and directing young students to being more collaborative, immersive, refined performers and artists.
Yeah.
One day, like I Dr. Gretchen Wendt is someone that's really like inspired me and like done that for me. And like, even though she's not like a theater professor, she's really like kind of like equipped me with like the ability to be able to teach voice one day and to be immersed in like a potential student's like life and like helping to guide them. Same thing with Suzanne. Like I've known Suzanne for like the last like 5 or 6 years.
Shout out Suzanne Reese Mills.
Shout out Suzanne Reese Mills. That's my girl right there, girl. Listen, I love that white lady. One thing about her. Anyway.
One of the professors here at UNA.
The
professor of UNA.
The professor.
But dang, y'all just shaded Mike Johnson.
No, I did not. We talked about Mike in the last episode, and I was hyping him up.
Dr. UNA Suzanne Reese Mills.
Also, Mike, cast me in something.
Oh.
I'll send you my resume. Cast me in something.
He's not going to watch
Cast
this.
me in A Dying Art Part 2, the remix.
Oh, Mike's writing the second one?
The Devil and Reckon. The
Devil I Reckon.
The Wreck-It Ralph.
The Devil I Reckon.
The Wreck-It Ralph Devil.
Electric Boogaloo.
Bury that. But like, yeah, even with Suzanne, like she's truly has taught me so much and supplied me with so much.
Yeah.
And like, I met Suzanne when I was at that kind of low point with theater, like during the pandemic, especially when y'all remember like the Broadway shut down, everything shut down.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, this career path that I've been on for so long with wanting to pursue, it could just not exist one day.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and that kind of made me in like this existential state where I was just like, girl, nothing matters.
Yeah.
And so I remember auditioning for a production of Last 5 Years, like a long time ago. Like it was back in like
Love
2021.
that
Love that
show.
show. Love that show. And I auditioned. And I didn't really know her like that, but I was just taking a chance and just going for it. And she cast me as Jamie, one of the Jamies. And like since then, like I've just learned so much from her. And like even with my directorial debut, Girlfriend, last year with Preston Cox, we like just learned so much from Suzanne about how to like handle a rehearsal setting, how to like teach intimacy, how to like run a rehearsal, how to treat these people like professionally. And like she's really equipped me with so much that I think I can like leave this area and truly like keep a lot of what she's taught me. She's probably never going to listen to this, but like Suzanne, if you are, I love you.
She's going to listen to it on one of her like jogs or something.
When she's like walking down Court Street fast as
if you see a blonde lady walking down Court Street,
pumping.
She
be
AirPods
pumping.
in, ponytail swinging.
That's one of our professors.
That's Suzanne Reese Mills.
Yeah. But overall, I
She's gonna like change her route now.
Yeah, she will. She's like, that dodging girl. But like overall, like I would like to say I know exactly what's gonna happen, but I don't know what's gonna happen. I might go get my master's. I might not. I might book something big one day. I might not. But like I'm down for the journey of whatever life is gonna be.
Yeah.
And like I feel the most me I've ever been. I feel the most comfortable in my abilities than I've ever been. I'm gonna say like a very short story. I don't want this to be like, well, I'm allowed to talk.
Yeah, you're the guest.
Anyway, but like I went to go see Wicked in Birmingham last week, and Wicked is such like I've always liked Wicked. I've always like really enjoyed the show and really resonated with it. But like I was never been like one of those like down for Wicked girlies. Like I just never have been. But I've always just respected the story. But I will say it is the perfect stage musical. Like it is like perfect. Like it's Into the Woods, Wicked, a couple others, like perfect musicals. So like it gets to the end of Act 1, and I don't know if you have. I know you haven't, but have you seen Wicked?
Yes.
Like the stage version. Like at the end of Act 1, where well, I don't mean like.
No, you're good. No, you're good. I'm invested. I know Cynthia Review.
Okay, period.
People say we look alike.
Who? Me and Cynthia Review?
Yeah, you and Cynthia Review. Yeah. I look like Ariana.
We'll throw up a picture. That's our Cynthia Review sound.
Period. It's just a picture of me. But we got to the next one, and then Defying Gravity starts, and that the energy in the room and the energy in the space that these actors created was just so immersive and vulnerable and like intentional, and like everyone was running on all 10 cylinders, and it was like it wasn't that big of a crowd. It was like a random Thursday night, and like they were giving it everything they got, and I don't know why that just got all over me. Like the act ended, and I was just like in tears, and I could not stop crying. And I was sitting next to my best friend Preston, and we were talking, and like we both just had like this energy and like this feeling where it was like, wow, we're watching this, but we can absolutely be up there doing that too.
Yeah.
Like and that's I think that's what meant so much to me, was like I think that was the first time I saw art that I want to be creating in front of me and feeling like I could be up there running on all 10 cylinders with them. Like I really, and that's not even being arrogant or like being delusional. I really did feel that way. And like we had a talk back after, and then I asked a question about like, hey, how do you go about auditioning and like working and trying to get into a national tour this on the 4th? And like they gave great advice. And the older lady that played Madame Warble, she came up to me after, and she was like, yeah, just keep audition. She held my hand, and she was like, just keep auditioning, keep working for it. Who knows? We could be working together one day. And I was like, oh my God,
that's sweet.
It's very, very sweet. So the rest is still unwritten. I don't really know what's gonna happen. Feel the rain on you.
That's gonna be in the recital. If you want to hear Unwritten,
listen, Natasha Bedingfield, girl.
Love that song.
Love that song.
Big fan of that song.
Yeah, but who knows what's gonna happen? But I do. To answer your question in short, that was so much. But
that's okay.
We'll see what's gonna happen. I have a lot of plans and a lot of like dreams and aspirations that I want to follow in the future. But who knows?
If you had to give any advice to someone who, maybe was like coming straight out of high school, or is like, just wanting to get into musical theater or singing or any like voice, what advice would you give them? It's good advice.
My best advice. Shut up. My best. My best advice would probably be keep going. Like truly, Andre DeShields said it best. Like slowly is the fastest way to get to where you want to be. Like to date myself, I graduated high school in 2018.
I know you're lying.
I graduated high school in 2018, and I.
Sorry. Okay.
Be nice.
Okay, my fault.
No, it's cool. That's totally cool. I graduated high school in 2018, and I went to college straight after. Pandemic happened. Stuff got expensive. I dropped out for 3 years. I felt and sat around for 3 years working on retail and all these different places, feeling like I could never get back to where I want to do and what I want to be. I started at UNA in 2023. I'm about to graduate next spring, and like I feel like literally I have my whole life ahead of me, and I don't feel like it's too late for me yet.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? And like it's listen, like I said earlier, like if you don't hold your own, who's gonna hold it for you? Like you really have got to be your best cheerleader. Like you have got to look at yourself in the mirror and truly like love every part of yourself, and truly feel comfort and like feel assured enough, I guess is the best way to say that, and your abilities and what you bring to the table, because like, hey, you can can be the biggest, ripest peach in the peaches.
The peach department.
Do they grow on bushes?
I think they grow
from the ground.
They grow from trees.
From the ground. Mama, the ground.
Girl, I didn't know.
Mama, I got a ground peach.
I didn't know if there was like peach seeds.
Well, yeah, I mean, like a peach pit. But
there's a peach pit, but like, I mean, like, do you put it in the ground and they grow peaches?
Well, yeah, and it grows a tree that grows peaches.
Girl, y'all are gonna make. They're gonna Listen, they're gonna make that bit.
That's gonna be the clip.
That's gonna
Girl,
be the clip.
please. I promise I'm not illiterate. Oh my god. Anyway, but you can be the juiciest peach.
Period.
Out the ground.
On the tree.
Out of the ground.
On the tree.
Off the tree, off the bone, girl. You can be the
bone.
juiciest peach, but like there's gonna be somebody that doesn't like peaches.
Yeah.
But you can continue trying and continue pushing yourself, and there's gonna be somebody that loves peaches.
Yeah.
Like you really just gotta keep going and like not give up on yourself. I would say the best advice if you want to do this on a collegiate level, start looking into programs, start looking into places that like really speak to you. Go visit them, keep an email thread, create a book of songs that really speak to you and that you really like. Create a book of monologues that you really enjoy and that speak to you. Bring them into auditions. Someone's bound to love them. And even if they don't, and you can have dreams and aspirations. Like initially I wanted to go to Point Park for musical theater. Like that was just like my place. I was like, I'm going to go to Point Park. I'm going to do it. And like, it's like several years later and I wouldn't have changed anything about my journey. I really don't think that I would be half of who I am now if I would have went there. Yeah. I don't think I would be as fully realized and as much as who I am now. And I think that truly in a lot of ways, like life had to like pull me back and pull me every which way to get to where I needed to be. Yeah. So like just be patient with yourself. Truly just be patient with yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Keep good people around you. Keep your nose clean and just, do the thing.
We were just talking to Reagan about Reagan Lawson.
Who?
Director of A Dying Art. Go check out that episode. But we were just talking about his unconventional journey to art, like getting into the art that he got into. And I think it is really encouraging to hear it from your perspective as well. I'm thinking back to hearing you perform I Am Who I Am. Or I Am What I Am.
I am what I am.
I Am What I Am. That's, who, what, when, where, why. I got it mixed up anyway. I am what I am. And I think about that all the time. It really is like that performance was really encouraging to me. And I think there's a lot of times where people, especially artists or whatever, it's easy to like, knock yourself down or being like, this is not where I want it to be, or compare yourself to something that's, a little bit better or whatever, and be like, I could never reach that level. But like, it is truly like a very slow process of like, you're not who you were a year ago. I'm not who I was a year ago. Dottie's not who she was a year ago, and
I'm really not who I was a year ago.
But anyway. It is like, I think it's a beautiful journey, and you grow so much and you make better art because of that growing process. And you never know when that moment is going to be. I think it's like Georgia O'Keeffe, who was like a famous painter, and she didn't get like famous or whatever until she was like 80 or 90, maybe 100 or whatever. And so it really is like a very slow process, but it's beautiful, and it's encouraging to hear that.
I'm glad you feel encouraged by me, Brandon. Appreciate that.
I do. It's beautiful. The studio audience is loving it today.
I know,
they really
baby.
are.
It's because I'm in here.
Period.
Listen.
It's beautiful. Is there anything you would like to shout out before we close out?
Anything I'd like to shout out? Well, the Transition Period first. The Transition Period podcast. Reminder, it is explicit. Yes. I say a lot of things that I'm not allowed to say here. So fair warning, when you listen to it, don't be too shocked.
So if you're not 8 years old, don't watch it.
But also, keep in mind, it's my platform, not yours.
Absolutely.
And I'm grown. I pay my bills on time. I pay my taxes, unlike y'all's president. So like, just keep that in mind, baby, when you listen. But the Transition Period, it's available on all streaming platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora.
iHeartRadio. It's on iHeartRadio.
She got more than we got.
Girl, I think. I don't know.
We gotta work on our list.
We gotta work on iHeartRadio and Pandora.
Listen. When you get 5 years under your belt.
Period.
Any advice you want to give us about how to do this better?
Child, please. Y'all do it better than I do. I hooked that USB into my computer and I talk. Girl, all this headphone, girl. Lights, camera, action.
You're number 30 in like top trans podcasts, right?
I am.
Go check it out. It's inspirational. It's beautiful.
It is. It's nice. It's funny. It's stupid. It's lighthearted. I just speak extemporaneously about the things that I go through in my day. Politics, things that are going on. The most recent episode I did was called "The Shot Heard Around the World." I'm not gonna express why it's called that, but go listen to it and you might find out.
Okay.
But yeah, it's on all streaming platforms. Also, I would like to plug the Transition Period Senior Recital, which will be taking place November 6th at 7:30 in Norton Auditorium. Hopefully, if not Norton Auditorium, then the UNA Music Building Recital Hall. It's going to be an hour of singing and just the expression of like my life, what I've been through, storytelling. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come see it. A lot of great costumes, hopefully. Who knows? We'll see if I can get them tailored. But anyway, if they're coming through on Amazon enough. But come see it. It's I'm very proud of it, and hopefully you come see it and hopefully you enjoy it. I'm also in a production of Little Shop of Horrors, depending on when this comes out.
Yeah, I think it'll come out before then. Maybe.
Yes, it should.
Local theater production.
Yes.
Go check it out.
At the Ritz Theater in Sheffield, October 23rd, 24th, and 2 shows on the 25th. So come see that. I'm also in UNA's Hamlet, which is November 20 something, girl.
Let me look it up.
Come catch it, girl. If you want to come see it, you'll find it, girl. You'll find it. Any other good things that are going on that I'm doing?
A Dying Art.
A Dying Art.
Yeah.
A Dying Art. Keep updated when that will be released to the public
on
at some
Instagram,
point. Yeah, I'm very excited about that. It's a very, very good, very, very, very good and immersive story created by very, very lovely people that I'm excited to collaborate with and work with. So yeah, what else can I plug? If you like what you heard today, and if you would like to protect the doll, you can donate to my Cash App, which is $.
We haven't done that yet. We've got to shout out our Cash App.
We have a Cash App?
which is $. SHEA FUQA Shea Fuqua $SHEA FUQA. And you can also donate to my Venmo, which is at the Shea Fuqua. That's at THESHEA FUQA. Because listen, baby, I'm gonna have to pay these student loans back in like 2 years, and baby, they gonna wear me out. Listen, my student loans are so bad.
No, you're me. No, you're me.
When the musical theater stereotypes come true,
Listen, girl,
and we're all working at Dollar General together,
girl, that's why why do you think I'm praying I get a national tourist home? baby, paper or plastic, please, baby. Hey, listen.
Would you like fries with that?
But yeah,
we're practicing on the mic. We're getting on the mic skills.
Yeah.
Pull up to the first window.
Go ahead with your order.
Pull around.
But yeah,
Come float.
This has been the Soda Pop Podcast. Please go support us on everything: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Instagram, all of that fun stuff. YouTube. Oh yeah, YouTube. Podbean. Yeah, we're on that. You're not on that, are you?
Girl, I'm not on Podbean. I can't say that I am.
Anyway, then hopefully we'll get on Pandora and
iHeartRadio.
apparently. But yeah, thank you all for watching. As always, keep making stuff
And stay creative.
And stay creative. And stay black, queer, trans. All the things. If you're not black, become black. If you're not trans, become trans. I'm pushing my agenda. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Girl, I'm gonna get canceled.
Okay. Shay, we're gonna hit this music, and then
we gotta
we gotta walk off.
You're
going with us. You're going that way.
Okay, work.